It's happened. The nerds have taken over the game of basketball. They have been able to come up with equations to quantify basically everything that happens on the court. You nor I cannot deny the impact they've had on the game. Every single debate, conversation, argument on basketball, a stat is referenced. It is getting out of hand. We got people failing math class quoting these statistics.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
People simply do not understand them. And when you sit down and look at them, you will realize NBA defensive statistics are atrocious. And this is coming from someone who enjoys stats, took it in college, and didn't do so well. These statistics have so many fundamental holes within them. And in today's video, we will be looking at and dissecting the stat defensive rating, or some know as defensive efficiency. Defensive rating in short measures the number of points a team allows when a certain player is on the court per 100 possessions. It for some odd reason is commonly used to compare players on who the better defender is. This stat should never be used to compare players on different teams, even players on the same team, because it's such a situational stat. This year, Derek Favors posted a defensive rating of 103. Which would put him in the category of one of the top defenders in the game. Last year with the Pelicans, it was 109, which would make him a slightly better than average defender. So does that mean over the course of just a year, Favors added and improved on his defensive skill set to become one of the elite defenders in the game? No. His situation simply improved. His defensive rating did not lower because he himself got better as a defender, but simply the teammates he was playing with were better defenders. They are a direct reason as to why he has a higher defensive rating than every all-defensive team player aside from Gobert and Thibault. Another example is in the 2014-2015 season. In the Warriors' first ever championship run, Iguodala in the regular season posted a defensive rating of 103. Steph Curry, on the other hand, posted a rating of 101. By going off this metric, Curry is a superior defender. For those of you going to the comments right now and typing, "No, that was just an outlier of a season. Defensive rating is the best stat ever."
No, God!
Curry has had a better defensive rating than the LeBron stopper in numerous seasons. So does that make him the better defender? Should he have been switched on to LeBron in 2016? No. The reason Curry had a better defensive rating is because he was being hid on defense, guarding the worst players and playing regularly with elite level defenders such as Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Kevin Durant. While Iggy was coming off the bench, sharing his minutes with these guys and bench players while guarding the best player on the opposing team. Him being put in a less than ideal situation than Steph gave him a worse defensive rating than Steph. But we all know who the superior defender is. So as you can see, if a player plays with better defensive players around them than another player, they should have a higher defensive rating. Comparing the defensive rating of two different players in two different settings just doesn't make sense. Even on the same team, it doesn't make sense. In the 2021 NBA season, Howard had a better defensive rating than Embiid. Let's just take a step back from that. One was getting Defensive Player of the Year chatter, while the other was getting nothing. So you know something is wrong with this stat. So you should really look at the stat and understand the context of it, and should interpret this as Dwight Howard played tremendous defense off the bench, as his 102 defensive rating indicates. But he's probably helped by the fact that he's playing against weaker opponents, i.e. the bench unit, and not as many minutes. So you're probably now wondering, when can you use this stat when comparing players? The situation essentially has to be nearly identical. If Howard played with a large enough sample size with the Philadelphia starting unit and posted a better defensive rating than Embiid, you can say Howard was a better fit than Embiid for the 76ers from a defensive standpoint. See, defensive rating is a nice stat to extract information on lineups, but it's not a tell-all be-all stat. So the next time someone tells you player X is better than player Y at defense because he has a superior defensive rating, send them this video. And if you guys enjoy and want more of these stat videos, make sure to smash the like button. This is Earn Your Ranks, where we only talk about ball. Signing off.